And we're back. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Stat Junkies Podcast. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing on Facebook. And make sure you guys check us out on YouTube at Stat Junkies Podcast. And now let's get on with the show. Beside me, we got the one and only Michael Roberts.
What's up?
Man, so as you guys might have realized, we didn't do a show last week because we will be switching to every 2 weeks just because we both got a lot of stuff going on. And with the sports going on, it's better if we give you every 2 weeks so we can have more information and give you better topics to talk about. So we will be moving every 2 weeks, so just stay tuned. And we appreciate all the love and support we've been getting. And now let's get right into it.
Also, real quick, check us out on Spotify. We're not up on Apple yet. We're working on that one, but we are up on Spotify, so check us out.
What do they need to type in to pull it up on Spotify?
I fixed it. It should just be Stat Junkies now.
Stat Junkies?
Yep, just type in Stat Junkies. It should be. I fixed it. I've been working on it over the weekend.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Appreciate it. So check us out on Spotify. And like he said, we're not up on Apple Pod. I almost said iTunes.
Yeah, Apple Pod.
Apple Pod yet, but we are working on it. It's a little process to get up on there. So just stay tuned with us. And now I think we should dive into the NFL. But before we get started, I think that there's a guest I've been waiting to bring on. He's been busy. But I think there's no better time than now. So let me go ahead and call him up real quick.
I'll say, man, there's been a lot going on in free agency, too. Got a lot to talk about.
But so many things that happened in just today alone.
Oh, yeah, just the day one when it initially kicked off.
Let's see if this man gonna answer his phone now.
Well, he probably won't now.
See.
There he is.
Gentry, I'd like to welcome you to the Stat Junkies Podcast. How you doing today?
What up, what up?
I'm from Lynn. I left from...
Feeling good. Ready to dive into this NFL free agency because there's been a lot of moves going on. I want to start it off with, and we'll start with you first since you're the guest. What's your biggest move you've seen so far? You get one pick. What's your biggest move so far that you think's going to have the biggest impact?
You already know. I'm gonna go with us. I'm going to have to go shock with that Chris Godwin sign back with us.
If y'all don't know, he is a Tampa Bay fan. He's a Tampa Bay fan.
We're the crew, but you already know. Like, he passed 2 deals up just to basically almost take a pay cut to sign back with us.
He did.
Like,
it's a big pickup for you guys.
And, bro, been talking 2 years straight leaving. Like, I was for sure certain he was gonna be gone. I mean, it's a shocker, bro. But yeah, that's the biggest one to me, though. I ain't gonna cap.
All right, what you got, Mike?
First off, that is a huge pickup for Tampa Bay. I mean, that's the Mike Evans effect right there. Because Mike Evans is putting up 1,000 yards every season. He's the #1 guy. Chris Godwin.
Android 13 out there.
He's just been
Android 13.
Yep. My biggest pickup so far, of course, I'm going to not be biased and say us picking up DK Metcalf, but I'm going to not be biased. I'll be honest with you. I think the biggest pickup so far is Joey Bosa going to the Bills.
Hey, that's a slept-on one. They did just lose Von Miller, but I think replacing Von Miller with Joey Bosa, I mean, you're getting exactly what you lost in Prime Miller.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's a lot of pass rushers flying around out there.
Oh, they get paid right now.
Shout out to the Eagles. I'd like to say they were a big factor in showing that defense.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles. Thank you for letting Darius Slay walk.
Hold on. I want to say round of applause to the Eagles for go ahead and giving us Darius Slay Jr. We just talked about that one earlier.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead, appreciate the Eagles letting Darius Slay walk.
Before I name my pick, can we just take a second and talk about how the Eagles, they said, all right, we won a championship. Let's go ahead and rebuild. They let go like 7-8 defensive players.
They went from the #1
Johnson
defense,
or whatever you say.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's with the Texans now. That's a big pickup for them.
They let go of D linemen, corners.
Yeah, Josh Sweat signed with the Cardinals for $76 million.
They got that championship, and they
It
said,
was crazy. They said Tampa was looking at Sweat, but another one that I'm shocked is Hassan Reddick. We picked him up too, though.
Hey, Tampa.
Yeah, he did go to Tampa.
Tampa making moves. See, for me, you want to know who I like? Because I like Debo going to Washington.
Oh yeah, that's another big one.
Because I
like
think Debo sat it out.
I like what Washington's doing. Period.
Hey,
McLaurin, Debo,
Washington.
They went and got Debo. They went and got Larmy Tunzel. They said they went and got Larmy Tunzel. You know, someone to help protect Jaden Daniels. I like what Washington's doing as a whole.
Hey, Washington gearing up. They realized they got something special with Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're giving them another target because they had a raw ass tight end. They
got Zach Ertz. Yep.
They had scary Terry out there. Now go ahead and Debo. And everybody's like, "Oh, is Debo gonna be back? Is he gonna?" I promise you, an 80% healthy Debo is scary enough when you put him with a young and hungry Washington.
Plus, the difference is too is like in San Francisco, he was the guy. He had to do. Go ahead.
What about oh well, you already said Debo and Scary Terry. Like that's gonna just tear them up right there, though.
Yep, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's like Debo in San Francisco had to be the Swiss Army knife. He did everything. He did running back, receiver, all that. So it tore up his body. He ain't got to do that in Washington. I was like, he ain't got to do that in Washington because you got Terry McLaurin. That's receiver 1, period.
Yeah.
Debo is receiver, a damn good receiver 2. And then you got Zach Ertz at receiver 3 who could do a couple different things. So Debo can now focus on being just a receiver. He doesn't have to do all these other things that he did in San Fran.
You're right. And now, I got to ask you guys, because everybody thought Myles Garrett, I'll say it, I thought Myles Garrett was leaving.
I thought he was too.
He signed that big contract. Do you think,
contract.
He said he wanted a winning caliber, and they went and got Kenny Pickett.
Super Bowl winning QB, baby. He won a Super Bowl.
Kenny motherfucking Pickett.
He's got a ring.
Hey, he's QB1 right now.
He's got a ring. Yeah, right now he's QB1.
Now, I will say, how do you guys feel? Now, the Browns are visiting with Russ, I think, today.
Yeah, today.
Right, maybe right now. Who knows?
Probably not right now, but
they are meeting. Do you think Russ is a good fit for the Browns?
For Cleveland, yes. I think Russ is a great fit for Cleveland. He's a solid QB. I'm not going to say he's going to take him to the promised land, but he's certainly better than Winston. He's a better option.
But you see what Jameis was doing, though.
Mr. 30 for 30. Listen, 30
for 30, true.
I am a huge.
You know, I ain't forgot.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a huge Jameis fan. I think he's got all the talent in the world. I just don't know why he can't not throw picks. That's I just don't get it.
Times, right? The brain just don't be functioning.
I was like, the arm talent for Jameis Winston is there. He's got the ability. You saw what he did at Florida State. He's got the ability.
Definitely.
But for some reason, I think these NFL defenses just got him twisted, and he hasn't figured it out yet.
It's getting late.
At times, for sure. At times, definitely.
I like Russ for the Browns because I'll tell you this right now. I did not want him back for the Steelers, and we'll get into the Steelers in a second. But I did not want him back for the Steelers, so he can go ahead and go to Cleveland. Wish him nothing but the best. He did what he could do. I got feelings for him.
Listen, I think he might be a better choice than who we got left.
Hey, we'll get into that. How do you feel about Russ for the Browns, Ginger?
All I'm gonna say is, Russ can throw the ball. I know he at that age, but come on now, look what y'all trying to do. Get Rodgers.
Let's dive into it. Let's dive right into it.
Long as they get a quarterback, and like your bro said, like Mike said, Jameis was even at times getting the ball to these no-name receivers out there. Ain't no telling what Russ gonna do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I was like, the problem with Russ is not that he can throw. He can still play the game. No one's saying that. But his problem is I don't know if it was Arthur Smith, if it was him. They just wanted to throw the deep ball or throw a screen. That was the only option.
They want to know intermediate route. You need intermediate routes. You need middle of the field. That's where you got to make it kill.
But see, at times y'all don't even have Pickens out there.
That also
help.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why we went up and we went and got DK motherfucking Metcalf.
Oh, we were getting DK or we were getting Cooper Kupp for sure.
Hey, they were still talking about there's a chance Cooper Kupp could go ahead and be a third.
He could. I don't see them signing him because they're quarterback,
But I mean, now let's talk about the quarterbacks. That's really the biggest debate for the Steelers. We
got Mason Rudolph.
Hold up. We'll talk about the last year QB depth chart. You had Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. This year we're looking at Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson.
That's it. Those are our QB room right now.
Skylar.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember Skylar.
Go ahead.
I remember Skylar, but what? Hold on. Oh, Tomlin.
Yeah, he signed Mason Rudolph to 8
Listen, y'all I don't know. Y'all either going young.
He ain't even young. No, hit me out because Gentry. Gentry, go ahead and tell him because we were looking at the mock drafts earlier today, and I know mock drafts are all over the board.
Oh yeah, you can't.
But there is a couple of them out there that got Shador to come to y'all. Because if you did hear the combine talk, a lot of teams did not like how he has been handling himself. So they said he could drop. I don't think he's dropping that low.
He's not dropping that low.
But they said that he can drop because they don't like his attitude. And
listen, if we could get Shador, but here's my thing. This is what I think we should do. We can get Aaron Rodgers for cheap as hell right now.
Facts.
Go get Aaron Rodgers. Still, I'll take it. If Shador falls down, go get Shador, however you say his name. But go get him still. You can still draft a quarterback. I'm not saying not to draft a quarterback because you definitely should.
You should.
You can still go sign an Aaron Rodgers for this year. Maybe you get lucky and he's the Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay. And if that's the case, you are a Super Bowl team.
All right, hold on. I got one for you guys real quick. We're talking about draft a young QB. You want to know what quarterback doesn't get talked about, but I saw a little picture of him in the Steelers uniform today.
Who?
How'd you feel about, what was his name, Jackson Dart?
I would love Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is shooting up the board. He's shooting up the board.
Missiles out there.
Yeah. I would love Jackson Dart to come to Pittsburgh. But unfortunately, I think they're going to draft Will Howard, and I'll be sick if they do that, even as a
Will Howard.
Who got one? Who y'all's top 2 quarterback rookies coming out though?
Outside of Cam Ward and Shador.
Yeah, we have to go outside.
I don't know, for real. Because if you really say that, I mean, Will Howard, like,
no,
his over under was above 350 every game.
Right, but I'm talking about. Yeah, he had a good playoffs. I'll give him that. He played well in the playoffs, but the regular season, meh. The combine was meh. So
if I take Shador and Cam out the race, because I'm still putting Shador and Cam first.
Yeah, they're obviously first.
Cam under pressure in the pocket is the most composed quarterback I've ever met. Probably should be tested because that man is just too calm, too nonchalant. It doesn't make any sense. So
that's because he grew up with Deion Sanders. Do you know the pressure that comes with that?
So for me, it would have to be Dart for sure. Because I've always liked what he's done at Michigan State. Not Michigan. Well, Miss. I don't know why the fuck you're
about Michigan State.
I'm just always... They're having a good basketball season. So I've been big on the men's basketball. I've been big on it. All right. Then... you want to know what? Jordan Milroe.
Jalen.
Hey,
I like him.
Yeah, he put the team on his back every game.
I need him to throw better. He's looking like a off-brand version of Lamar Jackson right now.
Like that's a running back or quarterback, huh?
Exactly. That's what he's kind of looking like right now.
I mean, but if I saw anything in the NFL, I can just hope that he gets the Lamar Jackson effect and just becomes a throwing machine, you know?
Here's who I got. Here's who I got. This is what I got. I don't know if y'all watched any of the combine, but I did. So
I didn't. Combine.
Donovan Smith out of Houston looked real nice. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Hey, Houston had a decent year.
I was like, Donovan Smith out of Houston looked real nice.
Guess where he's from?
Where's he from?
Texas Tech.
He did transfer out of Texas Tech. That is true.
But he's like Baker.
Yep, he's a big guy.
I can't hate on Baker, even though he came from Texas Tech. I can't hate on Mahomes. He came from Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. Even though Baker went to Oklahoma, but he started out at Texas Tech. That's where Mahomes emerged from.
I like Donovan Smith because of his size. He's 6'5". He's got a strong arm.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that.
Jackson Dart. I would love Jackson Dart if he could fall. Because I think Cam and Shedeur are going to go like top 5. They're not dropping out of the top 5. I don't care what it is.
What pick is y'all?
20th, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's why I was just making sure.
Keep ringing the bell in my head.
I was just making sure. But yeah, you're right.
So Jackson Dart could fall to the 20th because I think you got some running backs.
Yeah,
and you got some better defenders that are going to go first before all the quarterbacks go.
Who else you got?
But I like Donovan Smith. I like Jackson Dart. Quinn Ewers didn't look great, I'll be honest.
I don't think he's going to be that good.
He's not. I think he's going to be average. Same with Dylan Gabriel. Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. I like Curtis Rourke.
I forgot about him. All right. I didn't know he was leaving this year. Yep. Okay.
And then some other ones. KJ Jefferson's an interesting one.
Where's he from?
He's the UCF quarterback.
Okay. Was he decent? I'm not hip to UCF.
UCF, he was good. He was pretty good. He didn't have a great season, I don't think, but UCF just didn't have that great of a season. Graham Mertz is another one that could be all right. He's hit or miss, though. I'm not really too 100% confident on him, but he's one that could surprise me. But hands down, the worst quarterback in the draft this year is my man DJU. DJU is horrible. If we draft him, I might crash out. But
what y'all think Penn State's quarterback gonna do? He coming out or
he stayed back? He went back. He was smart and he said he can go ahead and get a better draft next year in a weaker stat class and go ahead and get his bag.
I don't knock it. He will be. He will be.
More players need to be smart like him.
I was like, him and Carson Beck are going to be the number 1 and 2 quarterbacks out of that draft.
We also can't. While we're talking rookie. Sidetrack the rookies real quick. Mm-hmm. We can't forget about how you guys feel about Sam Darnold signing for 3 years, $110 million to Seattle.
Overpaid. What? Y'all got robbed. Seattle, he robbed y'all blind.
What do you think, Jeffrey? Do you agree?
He got one decent season after having 7 years of mediocrity.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Absolutely not. They got 110 mil. That's crazy work.
Damn.
Yeah, he went. I think I'm with Michael. I think he robbed him a little bit. I think he is
a little bit. That man should be arrested immediately.
I never knew.
I don't think he's a QB that's getting the job done. I don't think he's a QB that's gonna get the job done.
He didn't even get it done in Minnesota.
Man, listen, that was so crazy how they got put out.
But it's the Sam Darnold effect.
Oh man,
the Sam Darnold effect, Gentry.
He went back to Sam. He was seeing Ghost again in the playoffs.
That's wild.
I also need y'all reaction for this because I saw this and I don't know how true it is, but even if it's the slightest bit of true, I saw this thing from Deshaun Watson saying it's time to ink my new deal.
That's definitely not true. That's definitely AI, dog. There's no way in hell.
There's
no way in hell. They're trying to restructure his contract so they can find a way to get rid of him. No, get out of here. That's definitely AI. That's fake as hell.
That's crazy.
I had to get your reaction because that shit.
You couldn't even sign him in Madden. You can't even sign him in Madden right now.
Hey, talking about signing people, you know who didn't get robbed? Saquon Barkley
That
did
man.
not get robbed on his bag.
Everything he deserves.
Oh no, they owe Saquon.
He out here, him and Derrick Henry out here changing the game for the bag getting for running backs in the league.
Oh yeah.
They're the two that deserve it the most.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a team in since the early 80s, the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s that have won a Super Bowl on strictly running back play.
It's crazy.
Jalen Hurts didn't show up until the Super Bowl. He showed up in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna give him his flowers. He played great in the Super Bowl, but up till the Super Bowl, he did not play that great.
No, that one game in the snow, it was all Saquon Barkley.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I was like, they don't beat. I truly believe without Saquon Barkley, Washington beats them. And Washington's in the Super Bowl. I'll be 100% honest with you.
I can agree.
Without Saquon, Washington beats them.
I can agree. How do you feel about Saquon getting his bag, Gentry?
Man, they owed it to me. Over half of the season. I mean, I ain't taking nothing from Hurts. You know what I mean? His passing came on into the season, but without Saquon, I mean, I ain't taking nothing from Gainwell either. I see he left and went somewhere.
He's a Steeler. He came to the Steelers.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they owed it to him, though.
No, they definitely owed him. Saquon.
At least they didn't do what the Giants did. Let him, not pay the man.
I think they to a division rival.
What? Man, what?
Stupid.
And then
how y'all feel about on the low? I don't know how it's gonna come, but Chicago rebuilt their whole offense.
I was just getting ready to say.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. You've been ringing Ben Johnson's bell because that's the coach, right? Mm-hmm. You've been hyped on Ben Johnson.
Coach? Yep, Ben Johnson. He's the former OC at Detroit. I love what he did in the Detroit offense. I love what he did, and he's built the team very similar to that. Very similar to the team in Detroit. They went and got Joe Thuney from the Kansas City Chiefs. They signed Drew Stanton for another center. They went and they got pieces to protect their quarterback. They said, let him stay in the pocket because that's when he can eat. If he sits in the pocket, he can eat. With guys like Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Elmo Dunze, and
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift in the background, and if they're smart, they are sitting at
they
number
come on
4.
The clock and take Genty with Swift in the backfield.
Chicago's sitting at number 4, so they can really make a splash in the draft too. They're sitting at 4.
Hey, Chicago, they did their thing when they picked up Caleb Williams. That was a great pickup, and then Ben Johnson getting head coach, right?
Yeah, head coach.
Head coach, they're another great pickup. Mm-hmm. I like their Duze pickup last year.
Yeah, what did you draft to?
And, with that 4th pick, like Gentry said, you can go ahead and get Genty if you want another running back. If you want to get defense, you might get lucky and have Abdul Carter. If they get 2 quarterbacks and Travis Hunter off the board first, you want to beef up your defense. You got to premier.
Although Abdul Carter is coming off that injury. He's getting surgery.
Yeah, but I have faith in him.
I mean, the medicine's so good nowadays, it's not even really that big of a deal.
Side note, I was reading this one thing where Dennis Smith Jr., I think it was, when he tore his ACL, they went into his leg to repair it, and he had 2.
That makes a lot of sense.
20% of humans, apparently, or some shit like that, have 2 ACLs, so his shit only took 2 to 3 months to repair.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense. That man jumps out of a building, so that makes sense.
I thought that shit was crazy, and we brought up medicine that just re-clicked in my head, that's wild, but...
Yeah, the medicine nowadays is so good. I mean, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles and was damn near ready to play by playoff time last year.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But you're not wrong. I do like the move Chicago make, and how do you feel about... We got Sam Darnold in Seattle, so, Gino had to go somewhere.
To freaking Las Vegas, bro?
Gino to Las Vegas.
I think that's...
Which is rebuilding their whole backfield. They actually just picked up a running back, too.
They did. I forget who it was, but they did. They did a running back.
And they signed offensive guard Alex Kappa. And a safety.
He was on the crew, you feel me? Yeah.
And then Isaiah Palomalo. Paulo Mike?
Yeah. However you say it.
Yeah, we all know I ain't one with the names. Y'all
I always say Palomalu.
Palomalu. Oh, Raheem Mozart. That's who they picked up.
Ginger, we were trying to figure that out earlier.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
See, we knew Michael had all them pulled up.
Yeah, it's Raheem Mozart. They also. Yeah. So what do you think too? Because they passed up a chance to get Geno and DK, because they tried to trade DK with Geno first, but Las Vegas said no, and then obviously he got traded to Pittsburgh.
Okay, before we go, who's Las Vegas wide receivers?
I don't know. Jacoby Myers is their star.
Jacoby Myers and goddamn Ladd played for the Chargers.
McConkey's a Charger.
They got where is he from? Is it Georgia? I think he's from Georgia.
I can't think
of
it.
Hey, that's all I gotta say right there. They dumb as hell. That's all I needed to know right there. That's all, y'all don't even gotta try to figure it out. I know Michael gonna try to type it in and figure it out, but I'm telling you, I don't even care when he give me this name, because if y'all had to think about it that hard, obviously y'all need another motherfucking wide receiver. I'm sorry, but it's obvious.
Oh yeah, definitely. They definitely need a big threat.
Hey, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is the other receiver.
Is it Trey Tucker?
Yeah.
Trey Tucker, you right. But
and Ramel Keaton is the third.
Yeah, man, y'all should have went with that DK. What?
Yeah, they had a chance to get him, but they turned him down.
What Chris Berman say? Whatever. What?
Yeah, they turned him down.
Oh no, that's the tight end. I take that back. That's the tight end I'm thinking about.
Tight ends.
Yeah, Brock
Who was it? I just took a picture of it. But there was another tight end that just signed him. Evan Ingram.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking of.
Who signed Evan Ingram?
Evan something. Yeah, he just got signed. I took a picture of it.
Yeah, I don't know who Evan.
You said he a tight end?
Yeah, he's a tight end. His first name's Evan.
It's probably Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
He went to the Broncos.
There we go. There you go. How you feel about Bo Nix getting another weapon? Because he came on strong at the second half of the year.
Oh my God, Bo Nix. That's another one that took the season by storm. Him and Jaden Daniels definitely took the season by storm.
Oh, if Jaden Daniels was born 1 year later, Bo Nix is rookie of the year.
If Jaden Daniels doesn't come on strong at the beginning of the year as he did, it really would have been a debate for Bo or Jaden.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, if Jaden was born 1 year earlier or 1 year later, Bo Nix is rookie of the year.
And I appreciate the people who are watching live right now. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so. But yeah, no, I like it. Evan Ingram is a great option. He reminds me a little bit of Darren Waller back in the day. I said back in the day, like he didn't just retire like 3 years ago, but when Darren Waller first came on, that's who he reminds me of.
Another Najee Harris to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And it's still, from what I just saw, JK is still on the board, I believe.
Come on to Pittsburgh. I'll take JK.
I would love JK Dobbins, a healthy JK Dobbins.
They're not gonna, because they just picked up Kenneth Gainwell, but...
We just picked up another running back?
Yeah, we got Kenneth Gainwell. I just said that.
Oh, I must have tuned out there.
He was back up to Saquon.
To Saquon, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like a little Pachenko.
That's why I know him. It was all Saquon. That's my fault.
Oh my God.
I was like, he was the backup to Saquon.
That's right. That's like being the backup to Tom Brady. Who the fuck are you?
Damn.
Right. Kevin O'Connell.
Until you get hurt. Jimmy G. Matt Castle.
Rodney Peete. I can name a few.
Matt Castle's my favorite.
Drew Bledsoe.
But all right. But I wouldn't JK, because I'm looking at it. Last year he had 905 yards. I think he definitely has room for improvement, but he was hurt last year.
No,
he was coming off injury.
I think LA still might sign him back.
I mean, why not?
To be honest with you, because Najee, I mean, he
split carries though.
Yeah, JK split carries too.
Okay.
With not Gus Edwards. No, what was it?
So that really wasn't bad for splitting carries.
I didn't catch any Chargers game. I ain't gonna lie.
Remember who his backup was, but yeah, J.K. split carries.
Okay. So the 905 ain't bad.
Mm-mm. Plus, Jim Harbaugh is a very run-heavy offense. So, it's Jim. Jim Harbaugh is a very run-heavy offense. I mean, that's what he did in Michigan. That's what he did in San Francisco.
And I mean, two-headed dragon at the running back position seems to be a nice little thing if you ain't got Saquon or Derrick Henry as your running back.
Right. Well, plus it just helps save the running backs, you know? Like, running backs get beat up the most on the team, so
why not keep JK? It would be a nice thing.
I think they still offered him. It's just up to JK to take it.
Do you think he stays? Or do you think
I think he should. I don't see where else he would really go. Unless he might go to like Cleveland or something maybe.
It says Oakland was, or at least before maybe they signed Mozart, Oakland was an option.
Las Vegas. There's no Oakland team anymore.
I like to live in the past.
Oakland is actually trying to get him.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
As I was just corrected.
Yeah, Las Vegas was. I don't know if Raheem Mostert stops that, but
Mostert with Dobbins, that don't sound too bad. Shocker. In the backfield with Juno.
I am. I'm 31. I know who Rodney P is.
I think Will was coming at me with that statement.
That's like Marcus don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know who the hell y'all old folk talking about.
Rodney Pete.
Yeah,
he was a black quarterback, number 9, backed up Tom Brady for a while, and he played for the Panthers for a little bit. He was the starter for the Panthers. I forget what college he came out of, but he was the Panthers quarterback for a little while. Then he backed up Tom Brady.
Okay. I see you, Will, with your knowledge.
I know stuff. Okay.
And I see you, Mike. I already know. Why do you think we're on this pod together?
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't know that one. That shit.
Any other interesting moves we got for the
DeAndre going to Baltimore?
Oh, we can't forget about that.
DeAndre Hopkins to Baltimore.
That's crazy though. That's kind
of. That is true. Before we go on,
Dobbins played at Ohio State. Is that what you're getting ready to go with?
Not even that. Cleveland is giving up Chubb this year.
Yeah, he's gone. That's what I said.
So JK to Cleveland. Come back home to the nice big stadium.
Yeah, that's right. He came out of Oklahoma. You're right. I remember. He started his career in Detroit and then went to Carolina before he backed up Tom Brady.
But Dobbins could come back to.
He come back to Ohio.
They are building a brand new $1 billion stadium to try to get us be able to host the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Why not come back to where you played your college at and ball out? I mean, that'd be a nice little pickup for the Browns. They need something because right now it's scary in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cleveland. They lost. They have Jerome Ford still though, but Ford and Dobbins would be a nice little running back duo.
Hey, and we can't end the NFL talk before we talk about, and I hope my dude Corey is watching this, before we talk about the Bengals.
Oof.
What in the world are y'all doing? Can we just start off with last year? You had Chase problems. You had Higgins problems. First off, those two need a bag.
Well, Higgins is signed he got a little bit of a bag. He's getting a franchise tag for $23 million.
My man deserves more than that. Another franchise tag?
Yes.
Another one?
Yeah, he got another franchise tag.
You should only be allowed to be franchise tagged once.
You can only be franchise tagged twice.
No, you should only be allowed to be franchise tagged.
You want somebody else to get a turn who's franchise tagging?
You don't like Dobbins in Cleveland? I understand.
I think it'd be a nasty little duo. But
y'all do need another running back. But I think you should not franchise tag.
You can only be franchise tagged twice. So if they try to do it again next year, they have to pay T. Higgins,
which he deserves a bag. But for me, what the hell are you doing, Bengals? You have, first off, when you let go of Mixon, y'all had me scratching my head because y'all lost if y'all had a running back last year.
Chase Brown was good. Let's stop the Chase Brown stuff.
Yeah, Chase Brown played mine.
Joe Mixon was on the whole year.
Yeah, Chase Brown is a damn good rookie. Like, give him time.
Nah, I did not like how they did my man Joe. That was probably the only man I liked on the Bengals because I just gotta hate the Bengals.
Them trading Joe is the only reason
they better pay Hendrickson before he get up out of there.
Yeah, that's another one that I want to talk about.
He about to be up out of there.
Want to leave for the Bengals.
Hey,
He just asked for Trey. Already asked for a trade.
Mm-hmm.
He already asked.
Yeah, he out. Well, I mean, I'd like to say he's out, but before, as we see, you say one thing, then 2 weeks later you're signing a millions and $1 million contract.
Listen, I'll go play for Cleveland for the bag that he got. Like, if you're gonna pay me that much, I'll go play for Cleveland.
But so I don't like to say it's too for sure, but from what it looks like, Trey is going to be out of Cincinnati, and then you're struggling. Put a tag on Higgins, which you just need to go
because they screwed themselves by paying Burrow so early.
Bro, so much. I mean, he deserved it.
He deserves it. He deserves a Patrick Mahomes contract, but what they should have did is, just like they did with Mahomes' contract, they backloaded it, which means that the first couple years, he's not really getting paid that much. So then you can go sign the pieces, get the team together.
That you need to win.
And then you can go, when it's time for Joe Burrow to get paid, if it needs restructured, you can restructure it and then go from there. But they just paid him all the money up front, and now they don't have any money to give everybody. They don't have any money to give everybody else.
I can't agree with calling
Macaulay Calkins. Yep, he got him.
I can't put them in the Dallas boat just because I saw the thing with Dallas saying they haven't paid a free agent over $8 million since 2016.
Since Garrett Hardy, or what was his name? Greg Hardy. There we go. Since Greg Hardy.
In like 2015, 2016, they have not paid a free agent over $8 million. Yes, he did.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence gone too. And first off, I would like to say, since we're slandering Chase Brown, my man had 990 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. You were talking about that. He was on my ticket multiple times.
He was right there. All right, I'll give him.
Sure.
Just for you guys, I'll give him $500 on top. He gets his flowers.
I was like, put some respect on my man.
My bad, Chase.
Yeah.
I need 1,200 from you this year, though.
I agree. He should take the next step. While we're talking about Joe Mixon only had he had 1,016, so he only had like 20.
Yeah, but half of the year he was the only option.
Oh, so was Chase Brown. Chase Brown was the only option.
You had Jamar Chase at one point in time, then you had T. Higgins at one point.
Oh, I mean, he's the only option at running back.
Only option for the team. At one point, Diggs was hurt. You had Nico hurt.
I mean,
Dell got hurt.
That's true.
All you had was C.J. Stroud and Joe Mixon. So
I would also like to point out that he had more carries as well.
So. But I will say I will take back my slander on Chase Brown.
Right, put some respect on his name.
I'll give you some respect, but I need you to make the next step next year.
Yep. But anyway, back to the Bengals. Yeah, they screwed themselves. They got to do something. They got to either restructure Burrow's contract, get some pieces signed, because Chase and Higgins said they want to play together.
Oh, no fault.
They said they want to stay together. They just got to figure out how to pay both of them.
I misread that. Your jersey's being hated on, by the way, Michael.
Good.
I misread that. I forgot I was a big Browns fan.
Listen, hate on it. There's no shame in my game over here. But although this is Russell Wilson, so there's a little bit of shame in my game. But anyway, but yeah, they got to figure out what they're going to do with this money. They got to get that defense fixed, because the offense looked great last year. The defense was horrible. That defense is the reason why they finished the way they finished. So they got to fix the defense.
Yeah, y'all need some in between. Like, I mean, who was that? Hargraves. He was giving Watson back up, or who was that? That y'all's D tackle.
Oh, we're talking about
the Bengals.
We're talking about the Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh, my fault.
I know you got that Texas Tech game on in your background, throwing you off. It's all good. We understand it's about that time. But yeah, we talking about the Bengals right now. But
yeah, they need to help that defense. But
they need a defense. Period.
Yeah, they don't have any.
They don't even got no pass rushers on like that, though.
No, they don't. Now, if Henderson leaves, they're done for. But anyway, finish up the free agency talk. You know, the last few big ones, Hopkins to Baltimore. How we feel about that?
I like it. I mean, I hope he gets used more than what he got used in KC.
No, because he really...
I think he will, because Say Flowers is the deep threat. So he'll be more of a possession receiver, kind of like what Keenan Allen is over in Chicago.
If they use him unlike what the Chiefs did, I think it's a great pickup for them, and they needed another wide receiver.
They did. And then Devontae Adams to the Rams.
He's done for.
But with Matthew Stafford, the quarterback,
he can have a decent, good year. I'm not going to say he's going to be great, but
he's not there to be great. He's not there to be what he was in Green Bay. He's there to help Puka Nacua. That's what he's there for.
Yeah, I get it. But I think he could have just, Rodgers could have just hung it up together and called it a career.
Hey, man, I heard through the grapevine, though, Cooper Cup in Carolina with Adam Thielen. Yeah.
The great
that might be disgusting, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I can see that.
That might be disgusting right there.
Bryce, I would say if Bryce Young does what he did towards the end of the season last year, that'll be a disgusting.
Yeah, he was coming on.
Yeah, that'll be a disgusting.
Yeah, he was coming on.
That would be disgusting. But I think anything else you'd like to add for free agents or trade moves this offseason so far, Gentry?
Shoot.
We off to a crazy one already. I'm ready for the season already.
It's gonna be an interesting season.
This draft gonna be interesting, though. That's what I'm looking forward to.
The draft is gonna be exciting. I'm excited for the draft.
That's the last step. That's the last thing I'm waiting for. Then I'll be ready.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that's all for the NFL. I'd like to thank you, Gentry, for coming on to pod with us for a little bit.
You already know.
Anything you like to say to the fans before we get on up out of here?
Whoever watching, feel me, I appreciate it. Keep showing the love. You feel me? Keep following the Stat Junkies. Everybody be safe. It's all good. It's all love over here. You feel me? Good vibes.
Hey, appreciate you for giving us the time and stopping by today, bro.
For sure. I appreciate you for letting me get on.
Of course.
Hopefully y'all see me more, though, for sure.
Of course.
That's what we do.
We got something big working in the background. Just wait on it. We got a special. I know we teased it last time, but we gonna put it out for you guys. But I appreciate you for stopping by, Gentry.
Yep, for sure.
All right, bro. Y'all have a good one, though. All right, Mike. You have a good one, too, bro.
Hey, I know you sweating about that Red Raiders game right now. I just turned it on.
You listen?
I know you sweating right now.
In front of this TV like, man, are y'all serious right now, bro?
We gonna wait to pod this out.
That was close.
I know your heart dropped when you saw that shot go up. I know your heart dropped.
What are y'all doing?
I know your heart dropped, boy, but I'll let you get up out of here, man.
All right, bro.
Y'all was a second early. All right. Yeah, y'all have a good night, though.
Later, bro.
Yes, sir.
For those of y'all who didn't know, Baylor just had a chance to win it at the buzzer and missed it. So, almost had a chance to beat Texas Tech.
Almost, but Texas Tech pulls ahead. Man,
shoot, we could have just made this whole pod about the free agency.
That was a lot. It was a lot more free agents than I thought.
So much stuff happened. We didn't even cover all of it.
Bro, there's so much, but I really want to get into just because I can't wait anymore. March Madness is coming up, and I already got a big fact for first time 3 teams getting into the March Madness tournament. You got SIUE, Omaha from the Summit League, and High Point from the Big South. All 3 will dance for the first time in school history, representing the 333rd, 334th, and 335th school to ever play in the NCAA tournament.
It's wild to me that there's still schools out there who haven't played in the tournament.
Bro, because it's so massive, and there's so many different teams available to get in. Like, that's what I think makes March Madness so amazing and so entertaining, is the fact that it doesn't matter what conference or what division you're in, because at the end of the day, if you're good enough, you'll get that call, you get that chance to do the dance, and there's a good chance that you might pull upset first game, second game.
Oh yeah, there's always a chance. That's what makes the March Madness so great, is that they do have the upsets like no other playoff system for any other sport. I don't care if it's NFL, MLB, college football, whatever. March Madness is number one. Period.
Bro,
like March Madness is the best. Period.
It takes the cake. You can't pass it up. I know, even if you don't watch basketball like that, you're still tuning in there. Just check it out. You're watching the highlights because there's so many upsets. There's so many Cinderella runs. There's so many players that put themselves on the map just in March Madness alone.
So speaking of that, while we're talking about the brackets and stuff, how you feel right now? I'm looking at Joe Lunardi's bracketology. How you feel SEC potentially, according to Joe Lunardi? So this is not official. Let me just go ahead and make that clear. None of this is official. The SEC got 13 teams.
Take it over.
The Big Ten has 9. And then the Big 12 has 8. So those 3 pretty much making up the majority of the field.
I'll put it to you this way. Everybody for so long has just considered the SEC football.
Yeah, they have.
I want you to look at me right now. You can no longer consider
it's no
just
longer
football.
just a football conference for sure.
It is a dominant, because I think they're even good in baseball.
Yeah, they have LSU, Florida.
Is Vandy in the SEC?
Is pretty good. Vandy, yeah, Vandy's in the SEC. Vandy's
a powerhouse. That's why I said that.
And now Texas is in the SEC, and they're a powerhouse in baseball too.
You feel me? So the SEC has changed their landscape from football to basketball, and I think caught a couple of their games. There's a couple of SEC teams that could win it all.
Oh, for sure. My pick is Auburn. I think Auburn is going to win.
Jahani
Broom.
Jahani Broom. I like him.
I do like Florida too, though. I like what Florida's doing. So I'm very excited to see what Florida's going to do in the tournament. Also, got to give a huge shout out to your boys, Michigan State. They're doing big things right now.
I was telling Kai, I'm not saying we can win it all because if you look at our team, we're young.
I'll say it, you could.
We're young and we don't have that definitive score yet. But we have the coach. We have the coach. When you can't sleep on Tom Izzo, which at one point was known that if you played your senior year, you would get into the Final Four.
Yep.
I think it stopped after Miles Bridges, but that's a phenomenal run just in itself.
Yeah, because outside, depending on how bad this Cooper Flagg injury is, which it doesn't seem like it's that bad.
No, I just see him out for the tournament and coming back for the dance.
Yeah, I think he'll be back for the March Madness tournament, but he'll be done for the ACC.
Yeah.
But there's not really any teams that's like, oh, this is the clear-cut favorite.
No.
You have your top 2, which are Auburn and Duke. But outside of that, it's pretty much the Wild Wild West.
It's up for grabs. I can say this because I've been waiting to say this to see how this season would go on. But I've been watching Michigan State, and I can see us making their way to at least the Sweet 16, Elite 8.
But I'd say preferred than that.
I'm hoping we can get to a Final Four.
I can see you guys making a Final Four run.
Because, hey, we got this. First off, Jason Richardson's son
is a dog.
He came on at the end of this year, and I think might be the one who takes over for us in the tournament. And then they have this other dude, I think, Cohen.
Yeah, Cohen.
He jumps out the fucking building. Like, this man got bunnies, so they just throw it up. I like Michigan State, and you got your other teams too, but
I think I
just can't have a favorite. You just can't pick a favorite right now. On either men's or women's, to be honest. Right now, it's all up for grabs.
It is. It's all up for grabs. I could see if this is the year. I'm gonna make this hot take right now. It's too bad Gentry's not on still, but I can see, like, looking at according to what Joe Lunardi's got bracket wise, I see my biggest upset so far being Omaha beating Texas Tech.
Omaha getting their first chance at the dance. Coming in.
Yep, I can see that one. I could also see, if this stands, because like I said, none of this is official. I see Kansas losing to the 11th seed, whether it be San Diego State or North Carolina, because Kansas has been choking all season.
Hey, where's Rutgers at on that?
I was looking. I don't think Rutgers is even in here.
And that's crazy because they
didn't have that great of a season.
But they have 2 of who I would say probably top 10 picks in the draft right now.
Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, for sure. But they didn't. I don't know if, like, what's going on.
Because they started off great.
Yeah, they fell off. They're not even on here.
That's crazy. That's mind-blowing to me, honestly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of teams in the men's side. But for me, I think.
Before we go, for the men's side, who you picking? Who's you taking?
That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna go with Duke.
I'm picking Duke.
And that's crazy for me to say, and I know for you that's not what you're expecting, but
yep.
But I honestly think that Cooper Flag is going. He hears the talk.
He does. He's well aware.
He hears the talk because they're not saying he's still not the number one pick, but there's the talks of slipping in the big game, actually slipping twice in two big moments, costing your team a chance to win. And I'm saying there's multiple things that led to it, but you're the star player. You're not supposed to do that. I think he's gonna make his statement felt and make his presence known in this tournament.
I mean, he still is.
They have another. I think it's a guard.
John Knipple.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier in the season. Those two right there, with the history of Duke, even without Coach K anymore, it's scary. It's scary. And then my Cinderella team, which isn't even a Cinderella because they're not bad. I think they did win the Big Ten tournament.
Who?
Michigan State. So I can't even really call him.
That's not a Cinderella.
Yeah, that's why I said I can't even call him. But that's my sleeper pick to win it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I also go with. I like what Duke is doing. I think Auburn's going to make a lot of noise. I see Auburn going to the Final Four at least. Also like Illinois. I don't think they're going to win it, but I think Illinois is going to do some big things. St. John's.
Hey, that's a team that's always
Rick
decent.
Pitino doing big things down there. Back
in the coaching world.
Yep, I was going to say he can make a run because right now if things stand, he'll play West Virginia first. No, he'll play UC and Wilmington. My bad.
Hey.
UNC Wilmington, which it should be a whitewash. Then he's got either Louisville or Arkansas, which I think is a winnable game.
Mm-hmm.
Then outside of that, it's probably most likely Alabama because they play Wofford. If this stands, I'm going to keep reiterating that.
And it depends on which Grant Nelson you get that game for.
Exactly.
Alabama, if Alabama's going to win or lose.
Exactly. And then outside of that, his biggest competition on his side would either be, in my opinion, either Georgia, Purdue, or Gonzaga. Gonzaga would be a big game. Or BYU. I think BYU can make some noise, too.
There's a lot of teams to be looking out for on the men's side. And now, for the women's, for me, I want to point out real quick, I got to give my flowers to Haley Von Lip.
She did some big things over there.
She went from averaging 11 points at LSU last year, and I mean, she got lost in the sauce, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's just so much star power. Like
she should never went there in the first place. She got back on track, bumped it back up to 17 points a game, won the Big 12.
Yeah, they're in the Big 12.
Won the Big 12 championship, led her team in points.
TCU's first conference championship, by the way.
But I gotta give her flowers, give her respect, because a lot of smut was thrown on her name after the year she had at LSU. So I wanted to come out here and be one of the first to give her flowers because she had a hell of a year this year for TCU with Sidomia Prince, and I think they can honestly make a run. For me, I got like 5 teams that could potentially win it all for the females. It's UConn, South Carolina, Texas, USC, and TCU. So I guess 5.
I'm picking UConn. I think Paige Bueckers is going crazy.
Bro, a healthy UConn, Ozzie Fudd, Sarah Strong, Paige Bueckers. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't know they had height until I saw the game when they mopped the floor with South Carolina.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they actually had tall people on the team.
Yeah, no, that's who I'm going with for sure. Well, I'm definitely going with UConn. Plus, it's hard to go against Gino Amarema, like Ariyama. Because my man he wins, all he does is win. Like, no matter what.
I was going to say it. I don't blame you. But see, and for me, it's just the fact that from what you saw this year when Ozzie Fudd and Paige got on the court together, because it's been a rare occasion to see them in these 4 years, to actually see them get on the court. That's funny. To actually see them get on the court together. But when they did, and they're both playing healthy, UConn was unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
They literally mopped the floors with teams. It wasn't even a question.
Yeah, so that's what I'm picking. I'm picking UConn. It's just hard to go against UConn, you know?
Well, I also forgot about UCLA.
UCLA does look
With
pretty
Lauren
good.
Betts, I forgot about her. She was
That was not look good. That's
She was decent. She was great. So I'm not mad about that. UCLA, I'm sorry I forgot to add you guys in it, but for me, those are about your 6 I'm picking from there.
Yeah, that's what I got to. Like I said, I like UConn. Although I think Juju's going to make some noise. I think Juju's going to do big things. But, yeah, that's what I got for them.
Now, all I gotta say is, you might have been onto something.
Who, me?
Yep.
About what? I'm always onto something. I'm pretty smart.
So, I was sitting at Gentry's house today, and I got the notification.
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron Fox will undergo surgery out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And I looked at it, I think I screenshotted it yesterday or the day before, where it said San Antonio, let's make sure I read this right, is 8th shortest odds to select Cooper Flagg in the 2025 NBA draft.
Yep, I told y'all. They're going to have a horrible season. They already got the... I'm not saying they did this on purpose. Like, they definitely didn't get hurt on purpose. Or, yeah, Victor didn't get a blood clot on purpose.
Yeah, no.
But I said this. They're gonna tank. It's now the season's over. Like, De'Aaron's gone. Victor's gone. You got Chris Paul and a ragamuffins, basically, at this point.
Stephen Castle, man.
Okay, Stephen Castle's a rookie, so... Like I said, a bunch of ragamuffins.
Definitely.
But now you're going to have, you go get Cooper Flagg or Broom. You can get either one because I think they're going to get a top 5 pick now. Definitely a lottery pick for sure.
For sure.
So you can go get another young stud, and now you got a team built to last in the future. Like, this team is going to be young talent. You got Chris Paul. If he comes back another year, I don't know if Chris Paul may hang it up. But if he comes back another year, you got Chris Paul to kind of like be the mentor. And then you have Stephen Castle, who'll be in a second year, Victor, who's ready to be a superstar, and then whatever rookie you guys draft, which should be a good one because you guys are going to definitely get a lottery pick. So, I called it. I said that.
Like I said, you were on to something.
It's the same thing that happened when they got David Robinson and Tim Duncan. When they drafted Tim Duncan, Davis Robinson went down for the year. The rest is history.
I give it to you. Now, we got to talk about some of these teams in the standings. The first team we got to start off with is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
Because
hooping.
Hats off to them because they have answered. For me, Darius Garland has answered the question. That is the biggest. That's always been the biggest thing for me with Cleveland. They needed Garland to continue playing like this in the second half, and right now he's averaging 21 points a game. Behind Evan Mitchell's 24 a game,
yep.
With Evan Mobley averaging 16. From just looking at this scoring breakdown,
they're playing good.
You got 7 to 6 people in double digits.
Speaking of the Spurs, they play very similar to what the Spurs did back then under Greg Popovich, which makes sense because Kenny Atkinson is under that tree. But I was like, DeAndre Hunter was the best pickup that they could have made. That was the best move at the trade deadline, for sure. DeAndre Hunter spreads out the offense. He's another perimeter defender, so that way Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to focus on playing defense anymore. He doesn't have to guard the best player. DeAndre Hunter does now, so he can save his energy and be ready for what he needs to do on offense. So that's why you see his offense taking an uptick.
Hey, this really might be Cleveland's year.
Oh, we're winning it all, baby.
Like, in all reality, I don't say this often for any team in Ohio because, as y'all know, I'm a big Ohio team hater. This might be Cleveland's year. I like what I'm seeing there. They're on a 15-game win streak, as you guys can see right now, averaging 122 points a game. You're holding your opponents to Wes, they're clicking on all cylinders. I have no complaints with Cleveland. They're doing what needs to be done.
Yep. Cleveland for the chip. I'm calling it right now. They're coming out the East.
Now, a team for me that's surprising me right now, Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, they're JB Bickerstaff doing big things.
37-29, sitting at the 6th seed. As for y'all who will be listening later, I like Kate Cunningham. For me, that's the biggest reason for the turnaround.
They're letting him eat.
He's stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, they're letting him eat. I was like,
my man's going crazy. 25 points a game.
JB is giving him the keys to the offense, and he's ran with it. I was like, JB is a great coach. I thought that we were a little quick getting rid of him in Cleveland, but it's hard to argue with the results now that we got Kenny Atkinson, so I'm not going to complain anymore. But JB's an excellent coach. I've always thought he was a good coach.
Yeah, I like what they're doing there. I see Atlanta's making some moves up in the board. They're starting to. Trae Young just hit a game winner, I think like a day or two ago.
I told you that they were going to be a play-in. I said that. I said
they're not
definitely going to be a play-in. I think Detroit's going to hold them off. They're not going to.
No, they're not catching Detroit.
So they're not going to do that. So they'll be a play-in, and I think they'll get in over. Which I think they would play Miami, the way it stands right now. Yeah. They would play Miami. I think they get it. I think they beat Miami.
Oh, they could definitely beat Miami because I think Miami's still trying to figure it out. As you see, they're 3-7 in the last 10 games. So I think they're still trying to figure it out. Another team that I think is trying to figure it out, New York.
Yeah, New York still has some problems. I mean, they're sitting at 42-30.
So I can't really say they're trying to figure it out, but there's definitely some noticeable problems that needs to be fixed there.
But I think come playoff time, I think they'll be fine. Boston is not on the hot run that they were anymore. They need to. They
definitely cooled off.
They're slipping. I was like, yeah, they're slipping a little bit.
Which I'm not really. I can't say I'm that surprised because I knew coming into this year they would start slipping off eventually. Mm-hmm. The high would wear down and they come back to life.
Yeah, right. Back to reality is the next line.
You feel me?
So yeah, they definitely are back in reality. Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee's hit their ceiling. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I think they got everything they could get out of Damian Lillard and the pieces they put around Giannis, and I think that's why you're starting to see Giannis say, "Hey, y'all, there ain't enough here," because Giannis sees that he is a once-in-a-generational player, along with Jokic, along with Shea.
I think Giannis is gone next year. I'll be honest.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd say maybe he might stick around one more year, but if they keep this trend up, no, my man's gone.
He's gone.
He's going to go. He's playing to win. Now, playing to win, I'm so glad we said that. My man, Jimmy
Buckets.
Fucking Butler. I think he might have been the best move this trade that's making the biggest impact right before the trade deadlines and everything. Besides Luka, because Luka's fucking balling out.
Luka's got the Lakers.
Luka's going crazy. So between Luka and Jimmy Butler, I gotta say those two right there, best moves. Because I was looking at the breakdowns, and since acquiring Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry has been damn near averaging 34 points a game. Just went for 56 last game.
It's having another scoring option. Like, it opens Steph up because now he can roam the three-point line, which is what he does best. That's why Clay was such a weapon, too, because Clay could also score, and that's why he was able to open up and shoot his threes. That's what they've been missing all season, is Steph hasn't been able to really be Steph because he had no other legitimate scorer. Now that they have a legitimate scorer,
and I'm glad you said legitimate scorer because yes, as you see, I'm looking at Jimmy Butler's stats. He's given them 25-20, but for me, what really I think is really clicking is he's came out and said it multiple times. He's not even there to score. He's not there for no fame. He's not there for anything but to get that ring. He's not trying to be a Charles Barkley. Let's just be honest.
Yikes.
He's not trying to be a Dan Marino or Charles Barkley. He wants the ring.
Yeah, and I think
he's doing. He came to the right team and is doing and saying the right things to get a ring.
Unfortunately, I don't think he gets one this year. I'll be honest. I
no.
think the Lakers, with Luka and LeBron, that's tough.
That West is tough. We're going to get into
tough.
that West.
Denver and the Jokic, and that's always tough. Oklahoma City is playing lights out.
Like I said, we're going to get into the West. But as of right now, and you see, as you're looking at it, Golden State has moved out of the play-ins, which I'm not surprised with how with the addition of Butler and how they're improving and playing. And Kuminga's coming back, which that's the biggest question for me right now. And I saw Steve Kerr even touch on it a little bit. Well, before they got Butler, they started running the offense through Kuminga, were trying to get that second score, and Kuminga was doing it to the best of his ability. But now he already said, Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler. You're not going to come back and take the second spot from him.
No, Kuminga's going to be. I think if they use him as a great pick and roll, he could be that third option. I think he
can pop, he can roll,
he can shoot, he can roll. He's very athletic, so you can throw him the lob. So I think he'll be a good. I'm trying to think of what's a comparison. Kind of like, similar to Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes,
play some defense. He can catch a lot.
I think he needs to get stronger on defense, like Jaren Jackson.
Either him or John Collins. Maybe John Collins is the better.
I can go with that. Yeah, you're not wrong there, and I think if Kuminga can be accepting of the role, because that's a big difference from coming from being the second option to the third. Believe it or not, it is. Mm-hmm. So if he can be willing to accept that role and deal with it, I don't think that there's a problem. That I think that Golden State can build on it for next year, and you really might see them be scary.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree.
But we got to talk about the Lakers. What
Luka's playing out of his mind
is doing right now is insane. My man is balling in his last, 4 or 5 games. I'm looking at 32, 21, 31, and that's besides what LeBron is doing for them.
He's out. LeBron's out now for a couple of weeks, but
he might have been the missing piece for the Lakers.
He's the missing piece for any piece. I was like, Luka is the piece. There is no answer. There is no question in the NBA that you can ask that Luka wouldn't answer. Like, there isn't. I don't care what team he went to. That team instantly gets better with Luka Doncic.
Now you're just looking at Dallas like, what the fuck were you doing?
I was like, Cleveland is going crazy, but add Luka, they're gonna go crazy. Like, it's just, like
Luka's a great choice for anybody, and the Lakers definitely made the right move in adding Luka to the mix with AR-15, LeBron,
also
and all that.
I think the missing link I want to shout out is Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes, because he got lucky, because that deal didn't go through with Mark Williams. I think that he has had the biggest upswing because he's a very athletic big. He got thrown into the starting center spot, which is perfect because you got a Luka, you got LeBron who have no problem throwing lobs to anybody.
And Jackson, he can get up.
He's very athletic.
He can get up and catch that lob. So
he's just got to play defense. If he can get a little better on defense, I think he's set.
We're going there, and I think the Lakers got a good thing brewing there. But the best team in the West,
OKC.
And I don't even know if there's a team that could oppose him right now besides
the Cavaliers.
You feel me? I think that really might just be our finals.
Which I will be locked in if that is our finals.
Because Shea, MVP, hands down MVP, might be taking over as face of the league.
I agree. I would agree with that. I was like, Shea is definitely taking over.
Hey, hold up, before we go on, talk about face of the league. I saw a thing where Jason Tatum said, how can you not talk about him for face of the league? How do you feel about that? He said he has the championships. He has
My man, you won one. You won one championship.
He has the stats. He has everything.
You're not even the best player on your team.
Ooh, shots fired.
Jaylen Brown is hooping. And I'll be honest with you, without Jaylen Brown, there is no Jason Tatum championship. I was like, Jaylen Brown
Facts.
Is the heart and soul of that team. And
I've been saying that since last year.
I said what I said.
When they were on their run, Jaylen Brown deserved MVP.
Mm-hmm. Al Horford. I was like, those guys. I mean, I'm not saying Al Horford's better than Tatum. That's crazy. But he's got key pieces like Derek White doing crazy things.
Bro, I just saw him block a center last game.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, so no, Jason Tatum, you're never going to be the face of the league. I hate to break it to you.
I was on the same boat as you when I saw that. I made the same face as when I saw that. What we're assuming is AI generated Deshaun Watson saying it's time to ink a deal.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. But yeah,
crazy talk.
Crazy. But yeah, no, Jason Tatum, no. Sorry.
But
Shea, absolutely. Shea is the leader of that team. There is no question. Anthony Edwards, when he was being considered, there's no question who's the leader of that team.
No, without Shea, OKC is not doing what they're doing this year.
Exactly. That's why.
Even with Chet and everybody else, you take Shea out of that.
Well, they didn't have Chet for a while. They were still.
Because Shea can do it all.
Exactly.
Defense, offense, he can pass, shoot, dribble, control the game. Like, my man is a rare talent, and I can't even be mad.
Exactly. So yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna stick with Shea is a better choice for face. John Morant, if he could stop waving guns at people, he would be a good choice.
Hey, the Memphis is coming on this year. They're getting it done. But and I just love to talk about them just because what is going on down in Phoenix. You got Kevin Durant. You have Devin Booker.
They're gone.
Bradley Beal still?
Bradley Beal is still there for right now.
And what are y'all doing? I don't even think y'all are in the playoff race.
They're in the play-in.
They're in the play-ins? Let's see.
Maybe. No, they're not. Never mind.
No, yeah. I thought so. I thought when I last checked, they were 2 games out right now.
Damn.
On a 3-7 the last 10 games.
I think it's time for Kevin Durant to stop putting together super teams. They all fail.
Go back to OKC, get your jersey retired, give your farewell tour, even though I think you still got some years left. But, like...
You just got to stop building these super teams. Like, just stop. They just don't work like that anymore.
When you build them, they don't work.
Well, think about it. Look at the teams that are at the top right now. They're not super teams.
No, they're drafted, they're young, they're well put together.
It's going back towards playing, like, team basketball. Like, the Cavaliers are playing team
That's because half these younger cats don't want to share that limelight like them older cats did, because the league was on a chokehold back in the day when it was, you had Tim Duncan in the Spurs, you had Kobe, and then the league, you knew who was winning the championships. You had the big three in Boston. You knew who was going to win the championship. You had to do something to compete. Yep. Now, all this young talent, every team has a player that could potentially be one of the better all-stars.
It's looking like the early 2000s. Like,
it's spread around.
Like every team has stars, and that's what I like it. I'm here for it.
Nobody wants to, hey man, let's team up and get our 5 best buddies and let's make. Nobody wants to do that now. I want to win on my own. Let's build this team around me. I don't want to be the center point. I don't want to share. Let me not say share, because.
No, you're right. Share. They don't want to share the spotlight.
They don't want to share that I'm the guy spotlight.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that's why the NBA is so interesting now, and you're getting all these young teams, like even the Timberwolves, when they finally figure it out and get it going, and Anthony Edwards, Memphis with John Morant, Shea and OKC, even the Nuggets with Jokic
and Jamal Murray. As long as those two are on the team, that team's always going to be a threat.
You feel me? There's so many, like you said, so many teams now that are the top that were built from hand-picking from the draft, from free agents and smart free agent pickups. I'm not talking just going out and picking this big name up just because he's a big name.
I was like, look at OKC. I think they were built strictly from the draft. They have a few free agent pieces because every team has free agent pieces. But, in the Cavs, same way. Our big free agents were Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen. The rest of them were built through one trade with DeAndre Hunter, and we drafted Mobley and Garland.
A lot of these teams are giving me the 2015,
2016 Warriors.
16 Warriors as hand-pick our teams, and I think a lot of the teams maybe got the script from them after seeing what they did with Steph Curry, and then coming back and winning it in 22 too. Yep. So if they can do it, why not try?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm here for it. I'm excited for the playoffs to get started.
It's going to be real interesting. And now the quick touch on boxing. For y'all who didn't catch that Tank Davis and LaRoche fight, Lamont Roach won that fight. Even though they called it a draw. Even though they called it a draw, I don't care what anybody has to say. And I'm sorry, big homie, when you watch this, Tank Davis lost that one.
Go off, King.
If you go by the punches thrown, punch count, power punches thrown, Roach had to go in the whole fight. I can't wait for the rematch, and I hope that the Turkish Prince Excellency gets a hold of that one and they do this one, because I think it would be
a much bigger spectacle, be a bigger show. Shout out to them, by the way. Did you see what they're doing?
Hey, that's, as you see on the board, May, that was my next thing. Sorry, Tank Davis, you lost the fight. I ain't giving you no more of this limelight on this show right now. May 2nd, May 3rd, May Cinco de Mayo weekend is about to be crazy in the boxing world. You got Devin Haney, you got Ryan Garcia, Rolly Ramirez, Timo Lopez, and I think I'm missing 2 other people, and that's just May 2nd.
Yeah, right. And I mean, yeah.
So in the middle of Times Square, they built a whole ring. They're going to fight outside in the middle of it, all put on by the Turkish Excellency. Hats off to him and what he's doing. Then May 3rd, you got the Canelo fight.
Did you see they brought on Dana White, too? Dana White is a part of it.
Yeah, because that was the thing when he said he was taking over boxing. He wanted to try to get his foothold in UFC, too, because he wants to try to bring it into... instead of them competing against each other.
Well, they're working with a TKO group, too, where that also includes the WWE.
You feel me? Because
you have all the combat sports basically.
Instead of working against each other,
they're working to eat together.
Why not come together and get this bag, and why not... He knows how to get some money.
I mean, yeah, he built the UFC from the ground up.
You feel me? So I got to give it up to the Riyadh season. I can't wait for May 2nd to see Ryan Garcia back in action off of PEDs, even though they say it was a really low amount.
Yeah.
He still beat the shit out of Devin Haney, and I want that to be heard because he beat the shit out of Devin Haney. And I don't care if he was on PEDs or not. I think it would have went the same way with the way Devin Haney got mopped up on the floor.
Right.
So I can't wait for May 2nd. I know I'll be buying it. And the best thing is about the Riyadh season, the last pay-per-view I bought for them, I paid $30.
Yeah, it's cheaper, which I'll pay $30. I just don't want to pay $90.
Yeah, no, the last 2 pay-per-views I bought for them, $30. The pay-per-view for that Tank fight, I think it was $85 with tax for Prime.
That's not bad at all. And then, like you said, the WWE and all that is free now.
You feel me? So he has to take over and make it cheaper, all the combat sports come together, because oh my god, if you can get the WWE, UFC, and boxing all on one clicking together, the pay-per-views and stuff they can put on.
Quick, before we get off, let me just hit a real touch on the WWE.
Go ahead, go off.
I was like, John Cena going heel.
Hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and talk about that, because that is sports news. Because I know I texted you the moment I saw the TikTok, and you're like, I watched it live, bro.
I watched it.
I was sitting beside Ashley, and I looked at her and said, John Cena went heel. What?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, everybody wanted it. He's finally doing it. He's supposed to be on Raw Monday, so we'll finally get the confrontation between Cody and Cena. So I'm here for it. I can't wait to see it. I'll say the WWE is pretty crazy right now.
Hey,
it's a good time to tap back in.
All sports entertainment, WWE, football, baseball, basketball, and
we cover it all.
Baseball is coming up soon, and we will be touching on that when opening day starts up. There's really just nothing to talk about right now with spring training and stuff. That's nonsense.
March 21st, opening day.
Entertainment for sports in itself, I'm loving what we're getting from all aspects of it, from everything. And like I said, May 2nd, I will keep saying it until it happens. May 2nd, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and then that's going to be a great matchup. And then the playoffs is happening. They do make the brackets. Selection Sunday is coming up.
Yep, should be soon. I think not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
I think for the women's, they're going to do it this Sunday. That's all like 2 days or 3 days, 2 days and some time. Because they're already done with their
they're done.
championship games.
Yeah, they could do it today if they want it.
Yeah, no, it's just the men's that are doing the ACC and Big Ten tournaments and stuff right now.
Which theirs should be done soon. I mean, they were playing today.
Yeah, I think they play the finals tomorrow, which, like I said, Cooper Flag probably will not be playing against UNC, which is a great thing for me because maybe UNC might actually get the win against Duke. I would love, hey, before we get off here, Kyle, we saw Cooper Flag hurt, but
he got his ankle twisted.
They're not, I think from what I read, they're not saying it's anything serious. They're probably just going to sit in the rest of this tournament time and let him heal up and then come first.
Yeah, because he came back out to the bench, but he wasn't wearing a boot. So that's a pretty good sign.
Come to round of 64, I think he'll be back, suited up, ready to go.
Yep.
But that was the first thing I saw. Come on. Yeah. I got Duke alerts notified, so when something bad happens, I can know.
Oh, no, I was watching it, so I watched him go down. It twisted pretty bad, too. Like, his ankle bone pretty much touched the floor. Like, it was pretty bad.
Appreciate you for stopping in, Coach Guy. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
But
that's it.
Anything else you'd like to add before we get off here?
No, like I said, I'm tuning into John Cena's heel turn, but outside of that, I ain't got nothing.
Like I said, we will appreciate all the love and support. We will be on Spotify, Stat Junkies. Follow us on YouTube under Stat Junkies, and continue to show us the support and love on Facebook. Tune in. We got some great things coming. Appreciate all the support. And always remember, the stats don't lie.
We out. Peace.
Cut it too early, man.
This Negro.
You move too fast. Look at this man.
I said we out. You said
now we out.
My God.